Hi and welcome to the latest Ancient Egypt news from the third week of April. A joint Korean research team working in Luxor has uncovered hieroglyphs bearing the name of Rameses II at the Rameseum, adding new detail to one of ancient Egypt's most studied monuments. The discovery was made during fieldwork last year by researchers from the Korea Heritage Service and the Korea National University of Heritage. The team had been examining the area around the temple's collapsed first pylon, where conservation work is currently underway. Among the finds was a carved cartouche bearing the pharaoh's royal name. Built during Rameses II's reign in the 13th century BCE, the Rameseum was a mortuary temple where rituals were carried out in honour of the king after his death. Much of the complex has been damaged over time and the entrance pylon collapsed long ago. Alongside the cartouche, the team identified part of an architectural element inscribed with the name of a place not previously recorded. Researchers suggest this could relate to territories associated with Rameses II's rule, offering a possible lead for further study of the extent of his influence. The project forms part of an ongoing collaboration between Korean institutions and Egypt's Supreme Council of Antiquities, the SCA, which began in 2023. The work was initiated following discussions between Egyptian President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi and former South Korean President Moon Jae-in. Preparations are now underway for the next phase of conservation. A temporary scaffold structure is being installed over the pylon area to protect the remains from weathering and to allow detailed restoration work to proceed. According to KHS, this is the first time such a protective system has been used at an Egyptian site in this way. The Korean team has also been working with Egyptian staff on site, providing training in architectural recording methods and 3D scanning techniques as part of the project's wider conservation effort. Staying in Luxor in the el-Khokha necropolis on the West Bank, 3 ancient Egyptian tombs have been restored, 2 of which are set to open to visitors for the first time in the coming months. The initiative forms part of a broader national strategy to preserve Egypt's archaeological heritage while expanding the range of accessible sites for both local and international tourists, as well as enriching the visitor experience and reinforcing Egypt's global standing as a premier destination for cultural tourism. The 3 tombs date back to the New Kingdom, one of the most artistically rich periods in ancient Egyptian history. Both tombs, TT416 and TT417, will be opened to the public for the first time since their original discovery in 2015. TT416 belongs to Amenhotep, also known as Rebuya, who served as a gatekeeper of the god Amun at Karnak during the reign of King Thutmose III. Nearby, TT417 is the tomb of his son, Samut, dating to the reign of Thutmose IV. The 3rd tomb, TT52, belonging to Nacht, a scribe of granaries under Thutmose IV, has already been opened following extensive restoration. Hisham al-Lithi, Secretary General of the SCA, said the restoration was carried out using advanced scientific techniques and by specialized conservation teams and had a dual objective: to preserve the integrity of the tombs while making them accessible in a safe and sustainable way. The tombs themselves offer vivid insights into ancient Egyptian life and beliefs. Their walls are adorned with scenes of agriculture, daily routines and funerary rituals, hallmarks of New Kingdom artistry. In the tomb of Rebuya, a rare depiction shows offerings being presented to the goddess Renenutet, associated with harvest and nourishment. Despite being incomplete, Samut's tomb features remarkably refined decorative elements, underscoring the craftsmanship of the period. Beyond the conservation work, the project has also introduced a range of visitor-friendly upgrades to the tombs. Wooden walkways, modern lighting systems, and newly constructed stone staircases now guide visitors through them, and informational signage, shaded seating areas, and bilingual guide materials have been added to enhance accessibility and comfort. In TT52, restoration teams have replaced outdated glass barriers with modern materials that better protect the delicate wall paintings while improving airflow inside the tomb. The site has also undergone thorough cleaning and structural treatment to address cracks and accumulated debris. Architecturally, the tombs follow the classic T-shaped layout typical of the 18th dynasty, with transverse halls leading into longitudinal chambers centered around statue niches. Some were reused in later periods, incorporating additional rooms and burial shafts, and adding layers to their historical narrative. As preparations continue for the official opening of the newly restored tombs, the West Bank once again proves that even after many millennia, it still has new stories to tell. Preparations are underway at the Luxor Museum for the opening of the Cache Hall following the completion of renovations. The project will present one of the most important archaeological discoveries in an interactive way that recreates the moment of its discovery, offering visitors a unique visual and educational experience. This initiative reflects the state's commitment to developing the museum display experience and connecting visitors to Egypt's rich history using modern methods. The Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities, represented by the SCA, has completed the renovation of the Cache Hall in preparation for its imminent reopening. This is part of a comprehensive plan to modernise the museum display system. Hisham El-Liti, Secretary-General of the SCA, explained that the hall will, for the first time, display the complete Luxor temple cache, comprising 26 diverse artefacts. Previously, the cache was only partially displayed. This exhibition reflects the evolution of ancient Egyptian art across multiple eras, presented within a comprehensive museum narrative that combines scientific and visual elements. According to Mohamed Osman, head of the Projects and Restoration sector at the SCA, the development work included several structural improvements within the hall. These included replacing the marble flooring and cladding, constructing a modern arched ceiling, and improving visitor pathways by adding ramps. Wooden elements were replaced with natural stone partitions, and new display units were added at the hall's entrance. In the same context, Ahmed Hamida, head of the museum sector, confirmed that the hall had been prepared according to a modern museum display scenario that highlights the historical and artistic value of the artefacts and represents the discovery scene in a carefully considered artistic style, incorporating interactive elements that help visitors gain a deeper understanding of the historical context. The Luxor cache is considered one of the most prominent recent archaeological discoveries. It was found in 1989 within the courtyard of the Luxor temple, specifically in the area of King Amenhotep III. Excavations revealed a deep pit containing a distinguished collection of royal and divine statues dating from the 18th through to the 25th dynasties. The discovery was made purely by chance during soil testing. In parallel with the hall's development, the preparation and updating of the museum's explanatory cards have been completed. New cards have been designed in a modern style that prioritises clarity and ease of presentation. The Scientific Office of the Minister's Office prepared the scientific material, relying on the latest specialised references and museum records, in cooperation with the museum's curators to ensure the accuracy of the content. The Egyptian Museum in Cairo has unveiled a new permanent exhibition of paintings from the Malkata Palace, displayed for the first time to the public. This initiative revives details of royal life in ancient Egypt after thousands of years. The exhibition features a collection of rare wall paintings dating back to the 18th dynasty in Hall 13 on the ground floor. These paintings have undergone meticulous restoration to preserve their original colours and details. This offers visitors a unique opportunity to discover previously unseen aspects of life within the royal palaces. They reflect the precision of ancient Egyptian art and its ability to document minute details of royal life, which remained hidden for centuries. The museum invites visitors and archaeology enthusiasts to visit Hall 13 and enjoy a cultural experience that blends history and art within one of Egypt's most important archaeological sites. A Spanish archaeological mission from the University of Barcelona and the Institute of the Ancient Near East, led by Dr. Mate Mascort and Dr. Esther Ponce Melado, has unearthed a Roman-era tomb in the Bahnasa area of Minya Governorate during excavations at the site. The excavations revealed several Roman-era mummies, some wrapped in bandages decorated with geometric patterns, along with wooden coffins, 3 golden tongues and 1 copper tongue. Evidence was also found of the use of gold leaf on some of the mummies. The Minister of Tourism and Antiquities, Sherifati, expressed his delight at the discovery, emphasising that it adds to the series of important archaeological finds recently witnessed in Minya Governorate, and reflects the richness and diversity of Egyptian civilization throughout the ages. Dr. Hisham El-Liti of the SCA explained that this discovery offers new insight into funerary practices in the city of Bahnasa during the Greek and Roman periods. He also noted the mission's success in uncovering a rare papyrus inside one of the mummies, containing a text from the second book of Homer's Iliad, which includes a description of the participants in the Greek campaign against Troy, known as the Index of Ships. He pointed out that this discovery adds an important literary and historical dimension to the site. Professor Mohammed Abdelbadi, head of the Egyptian Antiquities sector at the SCA, added that excavations east of Ptolemaic tomb number 67, discovered during the 2024 season, resulted in the opening of a trench containing 3 limestone chambers, of which only limited fragments remain. He explained that in the first chamber, a stone slab and a large jar containing the cremated remains of an adult were found, along with the bones of an infant and the head of a cat, all wrapped in pieces of cloth. The second chamber contained a similar jar holding the cremated remains of 2 individuals, as well as bones from the same animal family. Small terracotta and bronze statues were also found south of the site, including statues representing the god Harpocrates in the form of a horseman and a small statue of Cupid. Dr. Hassan Amer, Professor of Archaeology at the Faculty of Archaeology at Cairo University and Director of the excavation, noted that the excavations in tomb number 65 uncovered gold and copper tongues, along with a number of Roman mummies, as well as painted wooden coffins inside an underground burial chamber. However, these coffins were in a state of deterioration due to looting in antiquity. Egypt has recovered 13 ancient artefacts from the United States of America that have been illegally smuggled out of the country. This achievement is part of ongoing national efforts to reclaim Egyptian antiquities and combat the illicit trafficking of cultural property. The returned pieces are characterized by their diversity and historical significance. They date back to various Egyptian eras, ranging from prehistoric times to the Greco-Roman period, and reflect multiple aspects of religious, daily and artistic life in ancient Egypt. Shaban Abdel Jawad, Director General of the Department of Antiquities Repatriation, highlighted that among the most prominent items is a collection of vessels of various shapes and sizes. These include an alabaster jar for oils and perfumes dating back to the 7th century BCE and a coal container shaped like a monkey from the New Kingdom. The collection also features a cosmetic jar in the shape of a cat from the Middle Kingdom, a Ptolemaic-era bowl and a ceremonial cup used in religious rituals, as well as several Middle Kingdom vessels for liquids and ointments. Abdel Jawad added that the recovered items include a fragment of a decorated vessel depicting a child among marsh plants, likely associated with Horus the child. Other significant finds include a duck-shaped pottery piece from the Ptolemaic period and a ceramic ornament featuring the head of the Greek god Dionysus. The repatriated artifacts also include a statue of the goddess Isis in the form of Aphrodite, dating back to the 2nd century CE, embodying the cultural fusion between Egyptian and Greek civilizations. Additionally, the group includes a block statue of an individual named Ankhenefer from the late period. And that's it for this week. This news podcast is brought to you by Ted Laux and GNT Tours. Ancient Egypt News is rated in the top 5 Egypt history podcasts according to feedspot.com. For 2026 tour dates, check out our website, gnttours.com. Follow us on social media. Thanks for listening to this episode. Please feel free to comment and share. Until next time, thanks again. Cheers. Bye-bye.